I went to Paris years ago. I took Deja to Paris, and I remember on the train, people were getting up for overweight people, giving them their seats like they would a woman or a pregnant person. And when we got off the train, our tour guide, I asked, like, why was everybody giving their seats up? Like, those people weren't elderly. And he said, oh, here, and this was a long time ago, this was 2013-ish, he said, oh, here we see obesity as an illness, and we offer our seats to people who are ill.
And 70% of the United States is ill. Period.
Now I will never be your hater, I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail, you saw the link. You know, different cultures see obesity differently. And quick story before I go into this. I heard the same thing with one of my coworkers back in the day about Mexico. And it was like, yeah, you know, Mexicans from Mexico are smaller than American Mexicans. And they're like, why? He's like, because we fat. And he's like, what? Like, yeah. They eat better food. They take care of themselves better. We get here. We're small when we're at home, and we get here, we get fat because we just, you know, we all into this American diet. And I was like, whoa. And then when I saw the lady say this about, you know, going to Paris years ago, and that, I was like, yeah, man, you know, hey, Houston, we had a problem. But in America, obesity is so normal that we don't see it as a problem until it costs you money. You get what I'm saying? There are a lot of obese people and a lot of unhealthy people. I can't, you know, I got rid of most of my health problems, but, you know, you get rid of one thing, another one pops up, right? But I can say this, that as far as food is concerned, I've never been really an overweight person. You know, my issue is sugar. I like sweets. So what I do now is, you know, I get these zero sugar things, you know what I'm saying? So you can't tell, but, you know, I don't know if you can see that. You know, zero sugar. There you go. I'm feeling like ARC. But if I drink something, I try to take the sugar out of it. Because I lost like 20 pounds because I decided to give up sugar, right? At a time. I eat cookies now, every now and then now, but and I had withdrawals. Like I was like a crack fiend. I was out here shaking, you know, like Ray Charles, like Jamie Foxx playing Ray Charles. Remember the hummingbird bee? I was out of there, right? You know, I felt like trash for about maybe 4 or 5 days, maybe a week. I don't know. But after I got it out of my system, I was good. And then I thought about like all my family members and some of my friends, and a lot of what is their biggest problem normally is weight. Their biggest problem is weight, whether it's type 2 diabetes or having bad joints, you know, having surgeries on your knees and feet because they didn't weigh them. They've gotten so big that their joints can't handle it. The lack of exercise, you get what I'm saying? This idea of eating healthy is a bad thing. I've seen that where, you know, people, oh, why are you eating that? Why don't you eat this? Why you eat that? And I'm like, I ain't eating that, bro. No. This overconsumption of, not even overconsumption, because overconsumption suggests that you have proper portion control. We don't have, like, we buy stuff, like we buy stuff and it's just like, let me get a cheeseburger, and the cheeseburger weigh about 372 pounds. Like, we're eating like the Flintstones. When the Flintstones used to have those plates, and it'd be, you know, is it Brachiosaurus ribs? And it's like, you know, now you see it on social media with a tomahawk steak and, you know, ribs, and, you know, we got jerk chicken, macaroni and cheese in cornbread. And it's like, yo, time out. I mean, I don't even like macaroni and cheese like that, even though I can make it. But it's like, time out, bro. We putting too much in everything now. Foul, man. Foul, man. We traveling, man. You know, double dribble, something, man. Personal foul, something, man. Holding, something. Because have you ever seen people, like I've seen people get, I know I got too big at a time, and I looked at a picture of myself and I said, whoa, that's me? Oh, no, player. Because sometimes you can feel healthy and you've gained too much weight. You get what I'm saying? And my thing was I would always go running. Like I would run at least 3 to 4 times a week. Like I did a 4-mile run. I stopped doing it. I just work out. I work out 6 days a week now, and mostly boxing workouts. So that's how I quote unquote burn calories or whatever. But I realized, you know, even running made me stay in a certain weight. Like, yo, can't do that. Because I felt heavy. Like some days, 4 miles easy. Other days, I'm like when Muhammad Ali was making fun of George Foreman. You know, he's a mummy. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And I've watched my family and friends have these same issues over the years, you know, like, hey, dog, you got to stop drinking. Oh, I like it. No, you got to stop drinking. That alcohol is blowing you up. You see it when if you go out, you know, you go out and you see a lot of people who are bloated. It's a lot of alcohol, a lot of sugar. Me, I'm a seafood person, boy. It's born in New Orleans, man. I gotta get some shrimps, you know what I'm saying? Shrimp po' boys, you know. And now I can't eat shrimps and crawfish like that because I wound up having Graves' disease, and them shellfish just, it sent me in overdrive. You know, I had an eye bulge for some years, like a serious eye bulge. You know, sometimes that's part of the reason why these cameras be angled now, because I'm like, you know what, if it happened again, let me just angle this camera already. But, you know, high cholesterol and all the other stuff, right? But I learned, you know, I was doing good compared to my friends and my family members who are in the same age group. It's like, yo, what's going on? And it all boiled down to food. And I learned, like, I'm a person who's very active, and you can be active and in shape, but you eat so bad, you're sick. You get what I'm saying? You look good, you feel good, but you're sick, you know? And then you see people who are inactive, but they live good. You know, they eat good. They don't overdo it, and they're very healthy. And it's like, they may look weak, but they're healthy. Forget all that. Some people may look big, but they're healthy. And you realize in America, we just are doing stuff in excess. That we don't need all of this stuff. You know, I'm glad I found my fiance lady. You know, and it's like, I ain't like vegetables at all. Like, I'm like, hey man, close you gonna get to a vegetable with me is a French fry. So she's got me eating vegetables, and I'm like, you know what? To the point I like it now, you know. And I ain't like vegetables as a kid, so now eating vegetables, because I eat a lot of fruits. I you know, grapes and, you know, oranges and all that other stuff. Like I do that all day long. Watermelon, pineapple, I do that all day long. But I didn't eat vegetables. And I learned, you know, over time, like, man, you feel a whole lot better. You know, you don't realize it, but you do. But when you go, and then when you see other people, and they tell you, yeah, man, other people abroad aren't as sick as we are. And then I started thinking about Montenegro, Montecito, whatever it is, where, you know, there are a lot of foods in America that are banned in other countries, Europe, Central, South America. You know, they're banned because now we don't want that stuff. We don't want what y'all putting in the food. And I realized, like, yo, that's what's doing us too much, and doing too much for us, putting us in a bad spot. Because I remember back in the day, they used to say, man, you know, these kids are big because they're eating all this chicken.
And that was in the 90s. It's like, what do you mean? They putting all this stuff in the chicken, and the kids are eating a bunch of chicken, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like, that's why these kids are developing faster. And I was like, what? And I didn't realize, because I was younger, that they were, putting steroids in food. So a lot of us did grow or didn't grow, from not eating it or eating it. So that goes into the equation. Giving all these kids these sodas and all that. Kids is overweight for what? Sugar. We used to all eat candy, but we used to be active. But we didn't. It wasn't that many obese children, but now it's a lot. And looking at what the lady was saying, it's like, wow, other places it's an illness, here it's just normal. And what are we going to do to fix that? I don't think absolutely nothing. I think it's just going to go down that way. But I'm going to leave it at that. You tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.